If you're looking at buying a rooftop tent, you need to watch this video because I'm going to help you decide which one to get based on size and what kind of vehicle you have. It is a beautiful day in Florida, out in Hungryland. And by the end of this video, you should know which one of these you should buy. Now, why would you want a rooftop tent to begin with? Well, the whole idea is to make life easier for camping. So you get it out of the vehicle, and on the vehicle, you now have more room for your clothes and your cooler, and you don't have to pack a tent. It's just part of the vehicle now. So you literally get in, go camping. But at the end of the day, there's really only two different categories, which is soft shell, which is what I have here, or a hard shell tent. Both types of tents have their drawbacks and both have their benefits. We'll start by talking about the soft shell and why you would want a soft shell tent over a hard shell tent. Now, depending on the vehicle you're putting it on, you may not have much of a choice. You get a much larger tent for a much smaller amount of storage space by going with the soft shell tent. Comparing to a hard shell tent, to do a 2 or 3 person hard shell tent, it is about going to take up your whole roof. In my case, I have a 2-door truck with a half rack that I also wanted to fit storage and pressurized water with the tent and the awning all on the roof. Unfortunately for me, there was something I did not factor in when I bought this tent. If you have something like a Subaru where the tent's about this height, probably would be totally fine. On a vehicle like this, where the tent's over your head, the setup is horrible. I'm not gonna even sugarcoat it. It is absolutely terrible, especially in the heat of summer. Let's go ahead and set it up and I'll show you what I mean. Oh my gosh. Yep. Okay. Yep. Remember the part where I was talking about this making camping easier? I don't think it does. Oh. Let's do that. Okay. Whoop. Piece of cake, right? There. Yeah. Now that you've got it out of the cover and unfolded, you have to put the poles in the windows all the way up there. And obviously you can't reach that from down here. So you gotta go up there to do that, all right? Now you gotta get in this tent. It is 90 degrees out in Florida, by the way, and there's no airflow in here. All right, now you have to go to each window and put in 2 of these poles to hold the windows out. You have to put in this big bar to hold this out. Meanwhile, you're sweating, you're getting your mattress all dirty. I actually ended up buying these little cooling fans that you put on your belt. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these on and get to it up there. And hopefully I don't have a heat stroke. Oh my, so I get this out of here. All right, it's one window. Yeah, so If you think this looks like it's fun, it's not. Yep. Our one side of the window. The other side of the window. Just gotta do that 4 more times. My goodness. All right. There we go. That's set up. Done. Ta-da. So realistically, I think that is the biggest letdown of the soft shell tent. That was genuinely tiring and hot. Here's the deal. If you were putting this on something like a Subaru, you know, even a Tacoma that's got like a half rack or a half height bed rack, this wouldn't be so bad. In my case, this thing's 7 feet up in the air and everything you're doing is like this, or you're climbing. Over and over and over and over and over. So on a full size truck or a full height rack, recommend not getting this tent because the Takedown is just as bad. They're just not that easy to set up. There are 2 other benefits that you can't ignore. One is weight. If you're dealing with, you know, a car, or if you're off-road and you're taking some kind of steep angle or something like that, the last thing that you need is a ton of weight on the roof. So these soft shell tents sometimes are over 100 pounds lighter than the hard shell tents. On top of that, sometimes these are 1/3 the cost of the equivalent hard shell tent of like a 2-person or 3-person hard shell tent. So if you ignore the setup, which it's hard to ignore, it's actually a very nice tent. It's very spacious, doesn't take up a lot of room. I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing away. Wish me luck. Normally you wouldn't want to put your shoes on the mattress, but this ladder does not feel good on your feet. You gotta go kind of slow. Hopefully the air comes out. And hopefully nothing's in the way. Oh yeah. Trying to get this back in here, which is not fun, I have to say. Yep. So we're gonna try and stuff this back in here. Because if you don't get this squared away, cover won't go back on. I'm almost there. I think I could just about go ahead and try to put the cover on. So ladder. There's that. My goodness. Yep. So we'll go like that typically. Like that. Oh. This is making me hungry. I don't know what looks worse at this point in the video, lifting your truck or this tent. All right. Wait, I think that's the back. Yep. Oh, there goes my sunglasses again. Yeah. Probably aged 10 years since I started doing this takedown here. Imagine doing this after you've been camping for like a week or something. Oh my goodness, dude. Oh, Jesus. I don't even want to do this anymore. This is crazy. Oh, yep, so cover is getting on. Yeah. We're making some progress. Last corner. This could have been worse. Could be doing this in the rain. Oh my goodness. You don't need to do squats if you have one of these. Yikes. Okay. That's that. That's gonna do. Yup. Bucks. After further evaluation, I've decided soft shell tent, not the way to go. Peace.